will it be fair to say, Ruhi, with the early trends that it's not like a sweep that BJP was hoping, that NDA was hoping, or is it still premature to say that?
It's obviously premature to say anything because these are early trends. But if these numbers are anything to go by, of course, it's not a sweep by the BJP that it was expecting. And I think Congress has good reason to celebrate. Look, obviously, for a party to win just 100 seats is not ideal for a party that's a pan-India party and that has been, in power for most of independent India's elections. But having said that, it reached such a low point that significantly more than what it won in 2019, I think the Congress has good reason to celebrate, at least for the party. It's not plateauing, it's looking up.
Okay, I'm being told Clyde Crasto wants to speak in at this point. Clyde, go ahead.
Well, like I said, I was trying to tell you earlier, we've been talking about BJP, and they said even if they don't get 303, it's going to be a big deal, so that's a fact. But I want to stress this point very clearly, is that during the election campaigning, anywhere you went, they only spoke about that vote for Modi ji. The vote should go to Modi ji and not the candidate. So the point here is, if BJP goes anything under what they won last time, that means it is a clear mandate against Narendra Modi ji. Because if they had done all the work, if Modi ji was the person that they wanted the votes for, they should have crossed, like they said, 400. Ab ki baar 400 par. So anything that is under 300 or 303 that they got last time, and if the trends are showing right now, because I'm seeing some other channel, I don't want to mention it on your channel because it's a different channel altogether, they are showing much higher numbers for India Alliance compared to NDA. So if that happens, and if they don't get the numbers, then it is a clear mandate against Mr. Modi, because India has voted against him. That's very clear right now. Because now slowly, if you see on different channels, and I'm reading, now the spokespersons of the BJP are saying, no, it's not just Modi ji, it's also the local candidate. But I have been campaigning on the road, I have been giving speeches, and I've been listening to other speeches, and they only kept saying in every kind of election rally that you have to vote for Modi ji. For the moment, don't think of the candidate, it's for Modi ji. So if the win is for Modi ji, then I'm sure the loss also should be for Modi ji. They shouldn't put up Nadda ji's photographs now. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, let me just get in. I think we have Vinita Hariharan still with us from BJP. Do you want to make a quick response to Clyde Crasto?
Well, I think the parties can speak for themselves and about their campaign rather than talk about our campaign and our strategies, because if you see the early trend, it's just about not even 10 a.m. and we are still leading. So I mean, Congress can definitely celebrate because they've gone from nowhere to somewhere. So which is definitely encouraging also for the BJP, because we need opposition. We don't want unopposed voices in the parliament, definitely. So we are, we encourage opposition. We encourage voices from the opposition. So, but definitely these are early trends. So let them hold their horses and let them not criticize, the leading party's campaign, and let them reflect upon themselves of how they could, how they've reached so far, whatever it has been. Let them introspect, but not comment on our strategies and our campaigns. So whatever is our campaign has been successful so far, and let's see how it goes from here.
We almost got a sense of what the rhetoric would be from the opposition and the ruling, if at all this trend continues.
The BJP saying that it would want an opposition in parliament, and that it would respect opposition, is very good for the country and for democracy as a whole. This fact about local candidates, blaming them, it's a very typical kind of. We have seen enough leader-centric parties in India. Mr. Modi is not the first one to be leading. The individual becomes more party than the organization. We've had Rajiv Gandhi period, we have had the Indira Gandhi period, we had the Nehru period. It's always been the case. The victory is the leaders, the defeat is the candidates. Always.
I just very quickly, because we mentioned how the BJP is talking about a healthy opposition is good. I'm interested in knowing what's happening in Delhi, because you put a sitting chief minister in jail. Does that have repercussions for the BJP, or does it not matter?
Oh, but since you mentioned that, do we still have Kanimori leading in Tuticorin? Is that the lead for Kanimori? That will be interesting to see. Because initially, according to what we were getting initially, Kanimori was, leading in Tuticorin. So maybe if our team could just check on that aspect as well. And I'm told that we also have reactions that have been lined up, reactions that have come in from different leaders. Let's just quickly listen into some key ones.
Total confidence we have. Comfortably we will going to win. From our party, all the three candidates, not only our candidates, three candidates, from BJP also in Karnataka, minimum, our BJP friends also will get minimum 20 seats.
पिछली 2 बार से रिकॉर्ड तोड़ बहुमत से पूर्वी दिल्ली जीती थी भाजपा ने। इस बार क्या उम्मीद?
इस बार भी जनता का भरपूर आशीर्वाद और प्यार मिलने जा रहा है।
इस बार जिस तरीके से गठबंधन हुआ, क्या चुनौती दे पाया वो इस बार?
वैसे तो आज पता लग जाएगा, लेकिन जिस तरह से 81 दिनों में जनता ने आशीर्वाद दिया है, समर्थन दिया है, प्यार दिया है नरेंद्र मोदी जी के 10 वर्षों के कार्यों को लेकर के, मुझे लगता है कि दिल्ली में 7 सीटों पर कमल खिलने जा रहा है। एनडीए 400 पार होगा और नरेंद्र मोदी जी तीसरी बार प्रधानमंत्री बने।
अगर पूर्वी दिल्ली सीट की बात करें, उनका जो इतिहास है मिला जुला रहा है, कभी कांग्रेस तो कभी बीजेपी, लेकिन 2 बार से बीजेपी त्रिकोणीय जो मुकाबला हुआ उसमें जीतती गई है। इस बार दोनों पार्टियों ने गठबंधन किया, आम आदमी पार्टी हो या कांग्रेस, और इनके लिए कहीं ना कहीं मजबूत गढ़ भी रहा है कांग्रेस के लिए एक समय पे पूर्वी दिल्ली। क्या लगता है, कांग्रेस इस बार ज्यादा समर्थन दे पाएगी? उनके जो कार्यकर्ता निकल पाए, समर्थन उतना दिया जितना देना चाहिए था या नहीं?
मुझे लगता है आम आदमी पार्टी चुनाव लड़ रही थी, तो इनका जो गठबंधन, इन्होंने जो सो कॉल्ड गठबंधन किया था, वो मन से नहीं था, जिसके कारण से आम आदमी पार्टी खुद भी अलग थलग और अकेली दिखाई दी।
Ram Pratap Singh, quite something. SP still continuing its leads from Uttar Pradesh. That must be heartening for sure. But this could also see reversals as BJP strongholds see the votes increasing in their favor again.
The trends are continuing to hold on, and that's very, very encouraging for us. That we've almost very close to the halfway mark, as I can see on your screen, and we stand vindicated. Where in this campaign, which we built up for this election in UP, we were fighting on issues on the ground. We were trying to bring to fore issues of talking about issues of unemployment, and also this whole thing about 400 par meant that probably somewhere the constitution was under threat. And this was also one of our poll planks, that we wanted people to understand that, and what BJP spokesperson just said now, that they want a very strong opposition. Well, coming from them, that's very, very encouraging.
Okay. And Swati Malik, do you want to very quickly respond?
Please, I couldn't hear clearly.
Swati Malik, the SP as well as Congress together managed to hold on to their leads when it comes to Uttar Pradesh early, but still.
See, please, the progress so far, and not just Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh, it's totally, absolutely, the tables have completely turned. But even look at Maharashtra for that matter, look at Haryana for that matter, look at Karnataka for that matter. So wherever, Rajasthan for that matter, right? So wherever there was complete sweep by the BJP in 2019, and that is where we have been able to make a dent. Uttar Pradesh alliance is working very well, and as you can see very clearly, it has resulted in a positive outcome. Whatever was being said about the alliance initially, whether we'll be able to contest together, whether we'll be able to stay together till the end of the election, etc., is all being proved wrong now. So yes, we will be able to hold ground even better, and our lead is going to get better now in the next 1 hour, and I'm sure we'll discuss that again.
Okay, let's just look at the numbers, the early trends, before we just get the last comments. NDA still right now at 302. India Alliance at 211, others at 30. These are the initial trends. It's what? It's barely 3 hours?
Yes, really, we still have another 2 hours.
2 hours since
counting starts at 8.
So it's barely 2 hours, 1 hour possibly.
I think we'll require another 2 hours to get a complete sense
because
of
a lot of seats seem to be very close margins right now. So,
no, even in UP, at one point it appeared that the SP-led alliance was leading ahead of BJP but now the figures have reversed a bit. I'm sure that, for the next 2 hours, they'll keep on vacillating from one side to the other. But the trend is being maintained that the NDA is nowhere near the 400 mark. Now, I think it is important to keep track that is the BJP on its own going to cross the 272 mark or not. That is something we have to start keeping an eye on. Because with the kind of numbers and the variation which is showing, BJP is going to be very close to either this side or that side of the magic mark.
A quick word on women.
Yes.
The record number of women that have voted in India. I think if you look at it, it was the last 3 elections, including this one, that has seen an increase in the number of women, particularly crossing men who have voted, in terms of the numbers of women who have been able to go and exercise their franchise vis-a-vis men. Is that telling? Is that telling that I got a sense that this possibly is one of the arenas where they are exercising their domain?
Well, it's been there for quite some time. We have been seeing, at least from the 1980s onwards, the elections we've seen, increased women participation, increased evidence of women voting separately from the men in the family, having a clear political opinion, not being very gullible. It would be very incorrect to say that women don't understand politics. I'm talking about the women who are in the rural area, that they're as participative and they have a very strong voice of their own. That is not recognized by a society which is actually steeped in patriarchy. And I'm sorry to say, most of the political parties have also been steeped in patriarchy. The Women's Reservation Bill has been hanging on for so long, and finally it was implemented. But yes, we do not have the promissory date yet on the bill. It still remains something, in the realm of future.
Look,
maybe a possibility.
The fact remains that political parties are increasingly realizing the importance of the woman vote, which is why all schemes, whether it's by the centre or by various state governments, regional parties, are directed at women. So women are obviously a key constituency who are going out to vote, thinking on their own, seeing what's due to them, what they are getting, choosing to go and vote. That's why the turnout is increased.
Yeah, I just have one problem with the kind of schemes which are done in the name of women. They are all household issues, gas is being supplied, or water, and all, which should be actually the concern of everybody in the family.
But unfortunately, that's how our society is. It's the woman who has to bear the brunt of the lack of these.
I think interesting leads coming in Uttar Pradesh. Akhilesh and Dimple are leading. Dimple Yadav is leading in Mainpuri. That was expected. Those are the initial numbers that we are getting in. So heartening. In fact, we are going to be joined by Shreya Dondeyal at this point. Let's just quickly get in reactions, and then Shreya Dondeyal takes over with our expert panel.